Hey guys, the Sherbster here.
And crankycaz.
We're back with The Last of Us, and as we loaded this, it was called Epilogue, so we are very nearly there. So where is Ellie? Joel's waiting for us over there to squeeze through the barbed wire. I'm assuming it's barbed wire. It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
In you go.
Watch your head going through.
So are we going back to Tommy's at this point? Jackson?
I'm assuming so. It looks like the area.
Now. Don't think
So,
I
yeah.
ever told you, but Sarah and I used to take hikes like this.
Oh.
I think the two of you would have been good friends. I think you really would have liked her. I know she'd have liked you.
I bet I would have.
It's weird how the subtitle just said
yeah.
It was weird when they do things like that.
Is Joel going to tell Ellie the truth? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, because
Or are we
obviously
just gonna
he's
leave
just
it
taken her
on-
away.
Are we just going to leave it on the whole...
Down there.
Oh, yeah, that was the little bit where we looked over
Yep.
the view with Tommy, with the horses.
Indeed, yeah, just before we left.
Just a little bit further now.
So...
So we're just taking Ellie back to live with Tommy and Maria, pretend nothing's ever happened.
Yep. Looks like it.
I mean,
Great.
while I do really empathise with Joel, I feel like he's made a bit of a selfish move there in
I
not
agree.
in not telling Ellie the full
I got
truth.
you.
Yep. I agree. You gonna give me the button prompts?
Give me your hand.
We're trying.
Oh, there we go. Oh, proper cutscene.
All right, come on.
See the graphical difference.
Hey, wait. Back in Boston? Back when I was bitten? I wasn't alone.
Right.
My best friend was there. And she got bit too. We didn't know what to do. So... she says... let's just wait it out. You know, we can be all poetic and just lose our minds together. I'm still waiting for my turn.
Ellie.
Her name was Riley, and she was the first to die. And then it was Tess. And then Sam.
None of that is on you.
You don't understand.
I struggled for a long time with surviving. And you... no matter what, you keep finding something to fight for. Now, I know that's not what you want to hear right now.
Swear
but
to
it's-
me.
She's gonna ask if he
Swear
was
to me
telling the
that
truth.
everything that you said about the Fireflies is true.
Come on, Joel.
I swear.
Okay, so where's it gonna go from there?
You can't do that. No!
Is that it?
No!
Is that it?
Oh my god. No wonder you guys have been waiting for years for The Last of Us 2. Fuck. So I have watched Let's Plays of this, but I couldn't remember the exact ending cutscene. Fuck me.
I was expecting a bit more than that, if I'm honest, but jeez.
Oh well, we'll let the credits play out, and then we'll see if there's anything after that.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah.
And the company mascots, morale boosters and food patrol.
Pogo and Trumpet. Oh! Fuck me.
That's one way of putting it. There, you've got a trophy.
You did it on normal mode. Well done, you.
And we made it back to the menu.
Was that knife there before?
Ooh, good question. I don't know,
I don't
actually.
remember that knife being there before.
I don't remember it being there either.
Huh, we'll have to check our first playthrough to see if it was there.
Maybe it's a little extra because we have finished the game.
Yeah.
It's supposed to symbolise something, but we don't know what. Well, yeah, I did not expect it to be quite as short as that. Literally, like, 5 minutes or whatever it was.
So should we have a breakdown of that amazing game we just played?
Yeah.
So
wow.
I pretty much think that was the perfect game. I cannot see. I was saying to Sherbs in the credits, I cannot see how, like, everything was perfectly paced. Every level thought out. Like, you had a great mix of like quiet moments and then action.
Mm-hmm.
All of the scenes were acted like really impressively.
Mm-hmm.
I loved every character. I can't really see that many flaws with this game. Like, it's probably one of my top games, and I haven't even played it. I was saying to Sherbs I might have to play it.
I did say
Probably
she should
on
record
easy
it.
mode.
She should record it and we could see how she gets on.
Maybe I can try and we can do a little highlights video or something.
Yeah, but you're doing it on normal if we're doing a recording.
Oh, okay, I'll try. I won't make any promises. So character time. Joel, obviously. What do you think?
I mean, he started out sort of quite hard-nosed, understandably in some ways. He's got a lot of baggage from his past. He seemed like he was warming and becoming the sort of the proper good guy in a way. And then I guess the reason they've done it this way is because, you know, traditionally you'd expect, oh, he's going to warm and everything's going to be fine sort of thing. And then obviously that stuff at the end, you know, not basically like taking Ellie away without telling her or without her sort of knowing, you know, not giving her the choice as such. That was the main thing for me, is the fact she should have the choice.
I mean, he was no better than Marlene, really, because she didn't give Ellie a choice either.
Exactly.
So they were both effectively trying to use Ellie for their own end goal, for selfish reasons, I think. I mean, you could argue Marlene had, like, you know, humanity at stake, but I mean, in what situation is it acceptable to kill a 14-year-old kid? I don't know.
Well, that scene at the very end, where she said about how, you know, you put it as survivor's guilt. You know, her basically
Ellie had survivor's guilt. Yeah.
Her friend Riley, you know, got bitten at the same time. She turned. Ellie didn't. She's had survivor's guilt since then. Maybe if she'd given the choice, she would have said, you know what, I'll do it.
But then is it right to give a child, because she is still a child, is it right to give her such, like, the weight of the world effectively in that kind of decision? Or
it's a really tricky one.
Do you do a Joel and just a white lie and take her back to Tommy's? It's such a hard one. Guys, like, how did you feel about Joel? I mean, Tess said at the beginning, we're shitty people. It's been like that for a long time. I like to think Joel has some redeeming features, but I mean, he shot Marlene in cold blood there at the end.
He did.
Then, was he just being selfish? Wanting to protect himself, not wanting to lose another daughter? I can't wrap my head around
that way, doesn't it?
And I don't know if Ellie believed
No.
that he was telling the truth.
She didn't look convinced at all, if you ask me.
So I'm really interested to see what the DLC, the Left Behind DLC, has got for us, whether that touches upon any of that sort of thing, or whether it's completely set in a different time frame. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'll tell you one thing though. I mean, like, I must admit, I've played this more because you've been badgering me to play it.
Initially,
you know,
I had to convince Sherbs to play this game because he was quite unsure about it, weren't you?
Mainly because these sorts of things, you know, like the whole sort of feeling constantly tense, like with infected coming and getting you, and the sort of graphic ways you can die, should we say?
Yeah.
Not really my cup of tea normally. You know, the way that they've done it for this, like I say, oh yeah, you get the graphic nature of it, but it sort of doesn't...
It's not overly gory, is it?
It could be a lot worse. It cuts away before it gets, like, you know, it hints, like I say, this is what's happened, but it cuts away, you know, sort of thing. So it could be a lot worse.
So you can cope with that.
I was able to cope with it, and I think I, you know, adjusted to that, obviously. Got more comfortable as we went along. And now I'm there thinking, you know, I'm really glad I played it, first of all. So that's really good. And it makes me want to play the rest. So part 2... I was there thinking, no guarantees I'll play it, sort of thing. I'll play this because, you know, see what all the fuss is about. And now I'm thinking, you know what? I want to see what the DLC's like, and I actually want to see what part 2's like.
Yeah.
So
look out for
wow.
The Last of Us Part 2 on the channel at some point.
In the distant future,
In
the rate we're going.
Possibly distant future, because I need to get back on the Yakuza series, and Sherbs needs to finish the Uncharted series.
Yes.
You've got 3 and 4 to go back to.
Indeed, so we did this after Uncharted 2 because
For some
that's
reason
when it
we
came
thought
out.
Last of Us... No,
Oh, did they
apparently Uncharted 3 came before The Last of Us. So
Did it?
we played The Last of Us because we thought it came after Uncharted 2. It actually didn't, so that was our bad.
Okay, fine, okay.
So it's a bit of a back
So-
step to go back to Uncharted 3, but then we'll be on to Uncharted 4, and that is after The Last of Us,
Yep.
I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, it breaks up the Uncharted series as
it
well,
does.
having The Last of Us in the middle like that,
It does,
right?
yeah.
So,
So we'll do some more Uncharted probably after this, some more Yakuza, and then at some point, Sherbs has said he'll play Last of Us Part 2.
we will, yes. But at the same time, we have got the Left Behind DLC, which we are going to be playing after this, so look out for the next video of that in a few days' time.
Yep.
I wonder, like, whether that is going to follow on from what we've just seen, or whether it's something different.
I don't know how much you've seen of trailers of Part 2. Nothing. Nada.
Nothing.
I don't know how. Like, somebody in the comments was like, "Oh my goodness, ma'am! Like, keep this guy under the rock, in the cave that he's been in. Like, don't let him get spoiled." So I promise you.
It's a little ability I've gained over the years.
It's just like
for,
la 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 la.
Basically,
I don't know what's going on.
basically, I sort of don't look for these things much because I don't want to get spoiled. You know, so thankfully it seems to be working.
Yeah. So I mean, it's been brilliant seeing your reactions to this game, and
Genuine reactions as well.
I've unfortunately had one thing spoiled in Part 2, but I'm so glad you haven't, and I can't wait to see your reactions to it. My lips are sealed, but yeah, hopefully you guys will join us for that when we do play it. Any closing thoughts, or should we just end the video?
That's my take on it all at the moment. And
Let us know what you think of our playthrough. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
See ya.